some of that in the game yesterday. Obviously, Se7en, you've got like god tier players on every class, so it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with it.
I'm going to disagree, CeeJaey. I mean, he protect, he attack, but most certainly he is drag. He is going to be, and that's another little meme that I wanted to kind of just throw into the mix as well. And enough about your Turbo Dad going on about the memes, the fellow kids. It's time for a mid fight. It's time for our first mid of the game on Gully Wash, and a big boy Captain Bomb. He's all the way in their little spawn area. Drak, he's picked up 2 kills off the back of it already, and God, this is just so ruthless. There's not even a casualty on the side of Se7en.
That was savage. Oh my word. Captain was the first like he was there at mid before most of ANTIC. Just got so much damage down. While they were worried about Captain, Drak was already on Raptor and Se7en. Took him down with 2 rockets. And then everyone else just came in, cleaned up. They're already in on last hit. Uber has been used. DD gets destroyed. Sentry is down. They're now just starting to work their way towards the point. Se7en is underneath. And Starkey is going to go in from River to take him down. Can he also take down Herpy? He doesn't really need to because time is being put on the point by Drak. Can he take it down? Yeehaw and Raptor are there trying to contest. And they're actually getting some frags here. Cadus comes in though. Raymond also picks up a frag onto onto Raptor, sorry. Bit of medic on medic action for you there. And that is a quick 1-0 to Se7en in just over a minute. But that was brutal, Turbo.
I mean, there was just way too much point pressure at that point, and because they had Rising on the point, I mean, it can be good, but he had so many people on his plate to deal with. He just doesn't have enough rockets in his arsenal to kind of deal with the, I guess, the lemoning amount of players going on to that point. Maybe if they had Smear on there, that would have gone down a little bit differently, as we are entering another mid, another giant Captain Bomb. He's decided to go aggressive, and he's already laid down a decent amount of damage. Ends up kind of trading with one soldier, and is surprisingly equal to both of these teams, but I'm fancying the positions over on Se7en just a little bit better, and Smear doesn't even manage to get out. Raptor leaves him to die, as he will back off, valuing his life over anything, and they will have the advantage still on Se7en, and they should know this as well.
Look at Starkey, like he I'm not saying he won that mid fight for them, but he was just in a position that was just so annoying for ANTIC. They couldn't deal with him, and it just meant that they've had to give up second as well. There's no way for them to contest. Raptor has got 100%, like you said, so they're able to get some sort of defense up here. We just see the one off class. Herpy is on the Engineer. Interesting position for the Sentry. You know, it's more on this side, which seems to be more the accepted norm these days, rather than the crates on the opposite side, kind of watching the point. But we have to wait and see what Se7en decide to do now, whether they're going to send in a sack or whether they're going to opt for maybe the Thalash Sniper. We all know what Thalash can do on Sniper on this map, Turbo.
Yeah, the Sentry is just positioned the way it is because it's just a spot that kind of gets a lot more involved in the fight. I mean, on the right hand side it is quite commonly put there because it just seems like a neater package, and look, it kind of stops Drak. Actually, I say it stops Drak, it kind of pushes him back out again, makes him reassess things in his life, and Starkey will instead go down. But again, it just seems like there's a little bit more punch out of this Sentry gun compared to the normal spot.
Yeah, DD gets killed there. So they're trying to advance forward here, ANTIC, trying to see what they can get done, but nothing really happens. Starkey is going to be on the respawn. I'm expecting Sniper, but he doesn't. He's left spawn on Scout. So they not. I thought that was a sack from Starkey to maybe get for the off class, but apparently not. And then we do see Yeehaw on Spy in spawn, obviously checking to see if there is an off class. Also see, we saw Yeehaw on Pyro there, Turbo, and I saw this yesterday. He was kind of playing Pyro, but very close to the Sentry, just trying to deny the spam to keep the Sentry alive, rather than denying the Uber. But Drak there, just getting some nice spam. Herpy Sentry going down very low, Rising, trying to deal with Drak, but he's just going to jump away. And now Cadus is trying to spam Stickies towards the point, maybe making a play here. Starkey and Drak are going in through water. There's no Stickies on the point.
Yep, they're all flocking to the point instead, and I guess the advantage... Oh, wait, no, they might just cat this out right. Drak is trying to prevent DD to get on top of the point, and the collective spam from Cadus as well is making it difficult. They're setting up sticks on there as well. Maybe Starkey wants to come in, but no, he's actually metal with his team. Radiant's gone down. How is that even possible?
Smear doing his best Tercio impression from earlier on. There's a Starkey and Flash going for the point. Almost getting it. That is so close. You just need to tickle that point and it's going to get capped. But yeah, just some spam from Smear there, just taking down Raymond. Drak has respawned on the Spy. He's going to go for last. I don't think he's going to make it in time. He's not fast enough. Please buff Spy to make it run even faster. We could have had a back cap there. But yeah, I was just going to say, the big brain the big brain from those players there. Cadis just putting stickies to take down Yeehaw when Drac and Starkey try to go for the point, but ANTIC just taking this aggression. They know they've got a huge advantage. 100%. Drac is still on Spy, let's not forget. He's heading towards the point, but Herpes spots him. He's not fooled by that disguise. And Se7en have to give up mid and may have to give up second here because they're only at 50%.
Oh man, I mean, nobody would have expected a Drac Spy as well. It's a real shame that he has to trek to high heaven to get to the medic, and he ends up just crossing the path. What the hell, Raptor pick? Hello, Cadis with the sneaky little trap onto a ramp, I'd imagine. Whew, that's a throwback, CeeJaey. I haven't seen one of them bad boys in a few years.
It goes in cycles. People forget about the old sticky traps. They start becoming the new sticky traps. Cadis taking him down. I didn't even see where the
hello, Daisy!
Third drop in the space of 2 minutes as Raymond goes down. The meme screen has come out from DD. Daddy F has taken him down, and ANTIC now in control of second, building up that Uber onto Raptor. He's up to 35% already, and they should be able to push into last with this. You see the Lash already on the Engineer Turbo, Starkey on the Pyro. They're ready to settle.
Raymond's had a taste of back-to-back death, and he does not like how it tastes. Oh, I can't even remember the last time this kind of happened, apart from maybe that one game with the Arctic Foxes where he kept getting picked off at the spawn from the sniper. But other than that, you know, it's quite a rare thing for Raymond. That's probably why we're making such a big deal. As Yeehaw, he's coming in, he's taking out the sentry gun with his buddy Smear, and they're just setting up position, and they're like, where are Se7en? Flash is poking about with the Natasha, but he's just annoying at the most, and there we go. Some players are flocking to the point because DD dared touch it, and now Rising will kind of throw himself to the wind as well. Herpy, he's actually capping the point, believe it or not, and there we go. They're going to block it, but they've run out of players that kind of keep throwing onto the point, and it seems there will be no heartbreak around today. At least not right now. It's still going to be 1-0. They're already going to get their second point groove going, and they even got an Uber advantage to deal with on mid.
That was so well played there by Se7en. They just, it looked like you couldn't see any of the players, and ANTIC were kind of like, who do we shoot? You know, we've taken down the sentry, now what? Cadis was in water, Sticky's on the point. As soon as DD tried to get some cap time, was just demolished there, and Drac came in at just the right time as well to help with the cleanup. So really well defended there. Ryzen goes in for the bomb, trying to get something done, lands a rocket onto Raymond, gets destroyed there by Thalash, and ANTIC are going to have to back out through choke, surely. They're only at 65%. DD also goes down. Smira does take down Starkey, but it's not going to be enough for them to try and contest this point, as Drac and Captain have this choke on absolute lockdown. Raptor, it's going to be close, Turbo. He's at 85%. They may be able to contest here once they got their respawns coming.
And maybe they were just a little bit scared, and because they also dedicated 2 players for forcing Raymond there, they probably have to just give up second by the aftermath. They do lose Captain, however. That is a big name, I feel like, in these little push-outs. And with Drag retreating as well, they should be feeling a little bit good, but they popped first, though, on ANTIC, and Yeehaw's feeling all the love, but none of the kills. He's just ended up whiffing all of that. He doesn't really find a target easy for him, and he's gonna just go back.
Yeah, Raymond there didn't have to use his Uber. He's finally used it on last, and Se7en have all the time in the world to try and make something here, but Rising is underneath in water. DD and Raptor are hiding in secret here, and they've actually managed to survive this. Thalash is the only casualty, and Drac is in behind enemy lines, does get taken down as well. Raptor picking up a frag onto Starkey, but goes down to Captain. Big jump in from him, and that's going to be the saving grace for Se7en. Cadis is so weak, but gets an arrow, so he's able to jump away there. Rising isn't going to catch him, and it well played again. Like, we're seeing some really solid defenses on last here, Turbo. Like, I think they may have picked out a play from the playbook from Se7en there, just to hold last in a similar fashion.
Yep, they do kind of capitalise the fact that they lost so many players during that to kind of quickly just sneak second. And oh no, Smears goes down. That's the defense of, or any possible defense for this second point. Maybe even last as well. Look at that respawn of Q. Thankfully, Cadis will go down, so maybe the Demo Men presence. Oh, what the hell? Raptor got Raymond. What the hell are these kills?
Medic on medic action again. Arrows coming out of Raptor to take down Raymond, so he's going to have an Uber advantage, and that's almost a wipe. Only survivor is Captain. He backs off to choke to get some HP, and Raptor at 50% now. ANTIC starting to walk forward. Smiro is the most aggressive, just trying to capture the point and seal off that choke. They should be able to push it. Raptor very weak, Turbo. Kind of well protected underneath the balcony, but I'm expecting ANTIC to try and get a little bit aggressive here. But Starkey is on the sniper, and he's watching. He's going. He's watching from big door.
I like little children, CeeJaey. I just look away for 1 second, I turn around and I'm like, oh god, he's done something, he's made a mess, and the medics are down again for some random reason on the earth. And these are 2 medics that are usually known to be more survivable than most medics, and it's really shocking to see them go down in these silly antics.
Nice pun there, but ANTIC are walking in. Drac and Herpy have basically traded here, and Captain is still alive, but he's going to get cleaned up by DD. So ANTIC in control of the midpoint, nobody capping just yet, but it's given Raymond a bit of time to get his Uber up. He does have 100% in the bank. He's got Cadus for company in choke, and Flash is about to join them. Starkey still on that sniper, watching big door. And I think Rising is aware. He's just trying to spam and just deny that big door area. Doesn't want to allow. But Cadus, somehow, I'm watching big door Turbo, and Smira goes down to Cadus' stickies.
It seems like everywhere the camera, my camera isn't pointing, that's where the action's happening. Places that you wouldn't expect these to happen at, like choke. Usually these are kind of a bit of a resident sleeper moment where both of these teams can't really get an edge in anyways to kind of get a pick off. Oh, Captain wraparound, he got the drop onto Raptor! There we go, he didn't expect that, and I actually caught that on camera for once, CeeJaey, and there you go, that's the power of Se7en kind of coordinating, winning over that choke to give him just that little drop down opportunity for Captain, and he paid dividends there. He got the drop, and what a wonderful scenario for Se7en now. Raymond is happy, he's got his Uber, and I'm looking around, there's no danger. Surely he can't die now.
Well, you say that. I've lost count of the +2s we've seen so far in this game. It's been insane. We've seen medics killing medics. We've seen medics dropping a few Ubers here and there. Starkey is now switched back off to Scout now. He's ready to just go and frag. Big jump from DD. He's going to land a rocket onto him. It just misses and doesn't manage to do it. No meme spin this time around. And Thalash has been on the cleanup crew. He's not 3k right now. And he's just dishing out, he's just chipping off the damage to those players who are taking the meat from the rest of those explosive classes. But we do see Pyro and Heavy coming out of ANTIC. Yeehor just reflecting that damage away, and Herpy doing the best he can, best Putis impression he can, as Cadus is just strolling in. Uber isn't used by Raymond just yet. Raymond is on fire, quite literally, and Raptor's at 90%, so if they couple more seconds, they may be able to get the Uber and come out here. They do use it onto DD. Raymond still hasn't used, finally does use it. Drac is just being a menace in water there. The Lash is holding him top. Nice flash from Raymond to keep him alive. And finally they should be able to get this Raptor, the last person alive. That was just intense, Turbo. Intense.
That was just we're waiting for the Uber to kind of pop off from Raymond first, but Raymond's like, lol, what's an Uber? And he's not popping it off. He's the most, I guess, reserved medic I've ever seen for just finding. I mean, a lot of people just go for the groove of TF2. You're going through this song and dance so many times that you're thinking, this is the point where I should usually use my Uber. But Raymond question, but why? Why should I use the Uber? And we're going into another mid-fight, and Drac opens it up with a Herpy kill, but he will trade his life, but provides his team a little bit of positioning. But maybe this is Rising for strike. He's coming into the depths, the deep, and he will find the Raymond pick as well. He even gets a bonus Cadus kill. The Phantom is real. He is scary. He is the boogeyman, CeeJaey, and he's pretty much won that mid for his team.
DD with the taunt. DD got a 3k on that mid-fight, and does a little L on his forehead to Starkey as he kills him there. I thought Se7en had won that. Like, the space created by Drac, and then Captain just in control on that far side. I thought that was job done for them. But in the end, Rising just jumping in deep, getting in behind, taking down Medic and Demo is huge during the mid-fight. And Raptor has 100% in the back now. They're just capping the point. No one is going to contest. The Lash already on the Engineer class. And Starkey respawning on the Pyro. We saw him pretty much deny the Uber earlier on, not with the conventional way of spamming M2, but just being in the right place. But it's a river push. Yeehor getting most of it. DD's going to jump in, and that rocket is reflected. DD instead goes for the point. Cadus is right there. I'm not sure if either of the players realized they bump into each other, and Drac goes to clean up the Roma and takes him down. Cadus finally dies to Rising. But it does look like Se7en are still in control here. They just got the high ground, and Raymond nearly has his Uber turbo. He has 100% now.
Yep, and with that, the safety net is applied. But again, Raymond asks, why should I use the Uber? And he doesn't use the Uber. And, even gets a nice little cleanup kill onto Smear as well. Oh. But DD, he's come up sniper. You know that desperate times call for desperate measures when you see Herpy Herpy DD going on the sniper class. He won't get anything off of his like first little show. Actually, he'll go down immediately. So it's just a desperate time. That is it. No measures. No, not anymore. So it will just be a easy cap for Se7en. And I'm kind of fascinated, CeeJaey, by like the evolution of these last defenses on the Gully Wash. It kind of gets to the point now where they're favouring so much to try and kill the people in the spawn area that makes me wonder why ANTIC don't just rush to the point when Se7en aren't coming out of the base. Exactly.
Cadus was a pick to be had, and DD realised just slightly too late that he was under there. So maybe if they try to focus the demo before playing the point, while everyone else is just waiting to spawn. We see a really deep bomb here from Cadus, taking the majority of that Uber. They haven't got a frag yet. DD is killed by that fadeaway rocket from Captain, and the rest of the players are in spawn. Se7en is just trying to stick it as best he can, but Thalash is there just to take him down, and now they can flood onto the point. And just like you said, Turbo, they get the frags that they need to and then focus the point. And I think that's just what was missing from ANTIC there. They focused too much on trying to damage the players on that far side, and they just basically jumped into a sentry. And if you just put a little bit of time on a point, you've got to bait those players down. That's going to make it 3-0 to Se7en.
It just feels like every single scenario is read so elegantly by Se7en. Like, they're prepared for anything, and they just know like the one answer, the one bailout that will just kind of make everything all right again and just reset things back to how things should be. And that is Se7en in a dominant fashion, winning 3-0 without the enemy team. Oh,
that rocket was insane. He was flying in the air, and he just shoots it down straight onto Raptor's head. And takes down the medic, and Captain and Starkey are just going to clean up there. That's a wipe. But Drac just initiating, as always, and just doing a great job to take down the medic. And huge advantage. This could be a quick 4-0 Turbo.
Yeah, a bit of a drive-by coming out from Drac there, and you could see the panic in ANTIC's eyes where they felt they need to make this equalising kill onto Raymond, but the position was atrocious, the health was even worse, there was just no coming back from that, and now they have to deal with one of the most scary teams in TF2 pushing them with an uber advantage.
We do see Se7en underneath the point again, just sticking out the point and basically denying anyone for just going for the point straight away. Drac does go for it, takes so much damage for it, but does get taken down with the pipes. And once again, we're seeing this kind of focus on the top right. Se7en have control, and they're keeping Raptor in spawn. He's got no one to heal and to get out here. He's trying his best to arrow and get people alive, but can't really get it done. He's going to get cleaned up here surely by Cadus, but it doesn't matter. Someone stood on the point, and the defenders didn't.
I mean, to be fair to them, they did run out of defenders, so...
that does help to have.
You only get so many of those.
I was busy watching Raptor try to juke the pipes from Cadus. That I wasn't focusing on the objective there, Turbo, but that was a very fast round, and I think this mid fight has to be all or nothing here from ANTIC.
I mean, they have made comebacks like this before, so I'm sure they will keep fighting to the bitter end. But when you lose somebody like that already at the start of the fight, and oh, there you go, a nice little bomb from DD.
How did he take no damage? Raymond took no damage from that bomb whatsoever.
It looked like it was a very clean bomb as well from DD. Yeah. It wasn't just like very well controlled. He got in there, but it's just, I don't know, he just has a vacuum for these rockets, it seems.
He just totally does like a force field around him that doesn't allow any damage whatsoever. But Raptor did survive that mid. He's going to have Uber. There is a nice cheeky sticky trap here from Se7en on the sliding door. We'll see. No, it's been spotted by Thalash. That is not going to catch anybody out. But we do see Herpy on the engineer with a sentry in the same position. That seems to just be the default position now. And DD trying to get something done, but Drac is the man to make something happen. He does take down Rising, so maybe that's going to be the catalyst for Se7en to try push.
I mean, they could just push in with a man advantage, but that'll be too easy, CeeJaey. So they're going to do it in style. They're going to bring out the spy class. I mean, you're really not going to expect it when you feel like the other team has got you on the back ropes there, pretty much just ready to kind of finish off the game. So just add an insult to injury at this point. He's uncloaking, he's prying his time, and nobody's turning round. He's waiting patiently. He misses one stab, misses two stabs, misses three stabs, and he will be missed. It is Starkey's fail blunder of a spy. Maybe they'll just go back to the Se7en way.
Yeah, I think we'll see. He might go sniper now, or maybe just go for the double spy. You know, nobody expects spy twice. The spy position. I think he is. Oh no, he's not. I got baited. He's on heavy. He's going for a Putis push here, and the thing is, I just wanted to mention something. That sentry that we saw Herpy had, he got it up. Drac from River just spammed it, took it down. Like, he put pressure on that sentry before the push. And that's what we haven't seen from teams so far. When they have an Uber advantage, they're just kind of gleefully going in straight away, and then they're coming face to face with a sentry that they have to focus down during the Uber. It takes so much of their time that actually, oh, there was a force here, I think. Raymond has used his Uber very early on. Raptor uses his finally onto Smira just to keep him alive, and it's a much better Uber. They may be able to catch out somebody here, but no, Drac takes down Rising, and Captain is caught out by DD. Starkey is in River, and DD jumps into a spun up heavy. Not a good idea. The Natasha takes him down, and Se7en might just be able to slow push this.
Oh my god, the scout walks into it as well. It's just, this is the basic meat grinder as far as it gets. And yeah, he's just walking in slowly, kind of chopping into everyone. Finally, Yeehaw will be the one to kind of slay the Putis. And he's still chasing that boy, but I mean, even Yeehaw can't feel. Oh, Raptor goes down? How does that even happen? Where is he? Where is he?
It was just coordinated pressure there, and Captain getting the rockets that do the damage. And he's going to spawn now. Raymond very weak, taking a lot of splash there when they were trying to retreat, but they do have 100% ready to push now. And Thalash is already in. He's in very fast. That sentry is just going to be destroyed by her P switching class in spawn. And the Uber hasn't actually achieved anything other than attaining ground. Finally, Captain does take down DD, and they have ANTIC just where they want them. But Smira is still underneath the point, just sticking up and denying anybody from getting time. And Cadus comes in, huge stickies. Takes down Raptor, and now they should just cap the point here, Turbo. This is just a slaughter.
I've never realised how cruel it is of the map makers to make a little window that Raptor can peek out of to watch his team just getting slaughtered while he can't help them because he's stuck in spawn. Cadus has got him at the doorway and he's like, well, I'll just watch my team slowly die.
Yeah, I mean, the heavy push didn't work out for Se7en.
Spy push didn't work either.
The spy push didn't work, but it was in the end just kind of a solo play there. Captain getting the kill onto Raptor, getting an Uber advantage, and they just went straight in, and with no sentry up to sort of slow them down or deny them, they were able to just get control of that top. That's the thing, we're not seeing point focus. With these demos playing in the water and just sticking up the point, we're seeing just control of the top area and just staying there, biding their time, waiting to get the frags, and then once that demo's down, just focusing the point.
I don't know why we kind of count Se7en out all the time. Every time they just like lose a round or somebody dies or something like that, we kind of play like, oh, they can go down. Oh my god, guys, the change happens now. They're falling. They're a shell. They're a husk of what they once were. And then when the time comes and the chips are down, they actually, 5-0 a team very casually. This is the most convincing win of the entire evening. You could tell things were so convincing because ANTIC didn't even cancel their official tonight because they thought, well, Se7en are just going to pound us before we get to the final, so maybe we should just play the official today.
I mean, what's the saying? The saying goes, form is temporary, skill is permanent. Like, these guys have been around for a long, long time. They've been around for donkey's young, because they know how to play the game. And once they get a little bit warmed up, then it just comes naturally to them. And I think a day of gaming yesterday and a few games here today, they've just shown what they're capable of. So 5-0 is very... very, very convincing. Just taking a quick look at the logs. It was only 20 minutes. Captain getting 23 frags. Cadus getting over 400, just under 419, close to 420 DPM. But a meaty KAD.
Wait,
of 5.
Did you just say Cadus got 420 DPM?
He got 419, but we can pretend it's 420. Just
I was going to say, I was like, that's too delicious, actually.
It's too delicious. But I mean, Thalash,